In a small town in Virginia, an estate sale was drawing to a close. Most of the good stuff was gone, the silverware, the oak table, the vintage lamps. All that remained in the corner of the dusty lawn was an old, rusted toolbox. A young man, looking for cheap tools for his first home, picked it up. Inside, he found something wrapped in an old, oil-stained cloth. It wasn't a wrench or a hammer. It was a handwritten journal and a small, heavy key. Curiosity took over. He spent the entire evening reading that journal. It belonged to a man named Henry, who had lived in that house for 50 years. Henry wasn't famous. He wasn't rich. But as the young man read, he realized Henry was a master of a lost art, the art of noticing. The journal didn't talk about money. It talked about the exact date the first bluebird returned every spring for 30 years. It described the specific way the light hit his wife's face while she knitted by the window. It listed the names of every neighbor Henry had ever helped, and what they had taught him in return. On the very last page, there was a map of the backyard and a note, "To the one who finds this, the most valuable thing I own isn't in the bank. It's under the roots of the old willow tree." The next morning, the young man went to the tree. He used the key from the toolbox to open a small wooden chest buried there. Inside, there were no gold coins. There were hundreds of letters from people Henry had touched throughout his life. There was a letter from a boy Henry taught to read. A letter from a widow Henry brought soup to every Tuesday for a year. A letter from a soldier who thanked Henry for writing to him every week during the war. The young man sat under the tree and cried. He realized that in a world obsessed with more, Henry had focused on meaning. We spend our lives building bank accounts, but we often forget to build our legacy of kindness. Your value isn't measured by what you leave behind in your will, but by the love you leave behind in people's hearts. You might feel like just another person in a busy world, but to someone, you are the person who changed everything. Don't stop writing your story. It's more important than you know.